In this video, I would like to show you how to repair a mala. A mala is a tool for meditations, or it can be used as a beautiful necklace. A traditional mala has 108 beads. I usually use gemstones and sterling silver beads, and the thread is a cotton thread. Now I'm starting off cutting the beads of the broken mala. The stone is a howlite. And there are silver beads in between. So I will start basically cutting off it's a pattern here. So it starts with 2 beads. This is a silver bead, it's a guru bead. Then we have 11 howlite beads. We have 1 silver bead, 3 howlite beads, another silver bead, bigger one, both are bigger, and then we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and little silver beads in between. So of course I want to keep this pattern. I don't want to change the pattern. It's a design, it's made, it's already, it belongs to a client. I just repair the mala. And I've cut off the first 11 beads. So what I do now is I prepare the needle with the thread and start using the beads here. And then to keep the pattern, I cut off, use a bead, cut off, use the next bead, and so on and so on. This is a needle with a big eye, and this is my thread pulling through. So I keep a quite generous end, and then I get my needle in the middle of the thread just by running it through. Okay, and now I put all the beads on here. So each mala has 108 beads, and because I did this mala and I could see that the ends are still the same, so I don't really have to count them. That's quite nice. So what I basically do now is I cut off here, and then you will see what's happening here, because this is one little piece of silver, and then we have the silver bead and another little piece of silver. Okay. So now basically pull them through all the way till the end of the thread. There's something happening here. Okay. Kind of close. Okay. But when I start doing the knots,
I need space in between, of course. So let's see that we get it even. Those ends. Okay, so here we go. All right. And again, we have the silver bead. This little fittings before and behind. Okay, so I have all beads on my thread with the pattern. Okay, there are the silver beads in between. Another knot on this side of the bead. And I just use my finger to swirl around, go through that, pull all the strings, the beads through the loop. Okay, so now I do the knot and I keep the string which goes into the bead basically. I keep it between my finger and thumb, and then I pull it, oopsie, and I pull it as close as I can get there. Okay, so first knot done, now the second is coming. I pull the bead all the way down, close to the knot. You can see it here, there's a little gap. Now I twist around my fingers, pull the whole string with all the beads through. Okay, I should do the loop a little bit bigger. And then I do the second as close as I can get there. Okay, and as tight as I can get. So both is important. And now we do number 3. Yeah, let's do the thing a little bit bigger here. So it's easier to pull the other bead through. And glide it over my middle finger. And again. There we go. So next. So to keep the knots in the same direction, I always keep the end in my hand and make the loop from top to bottom and up again. Then I'm coming from the bottom to the top and pull through. And again. So normally I chant a mantra while doing that. And with the music, the mantra, the notes, you basically put a positive intention into the mala. Could be a prayer, could be just a single word. You don't have to have a whole long mantra. And you can chant it or say it mentally. You don't have to do it out loud. Sometimes I just play music if I don't want to chant, so basically someone else is chanting for me. Oopsie. Okay, so now we're having we have 11 beads here, and don't worry if they are a little bit making a curve. Just by doing this you will get them all straight. Now we have the silver bead with a silver fitting at the end and at the beginning, remember? And we just pull them down. There's no knot in between. Okay, so it looks basically like one bead together, if you can see it. No, you can't see it like that. Now you can see it. Okay, so basically here on the end we do the next knot. Okay, and then we have another bead, Howlite bead. I'll pull it here. Okay, so now I have finished the whole mala. Okay, this was the beginning and this is the end. So don't worry about this, will get straight. You do a little bit like that. It will straighten by himself. Okay, so now we need the rest of the yarn, of the threads, to do the tassel, and we haven't used yet the gur bead and the two last, so we will do that to finish that. And we will need a second needle. Okay, so one is here, so here's still the one with the thread, and we need a second needle to get both ends through, basically through these beads. All right, so first of all I undo the knot here and I do a proper knot as I did with all the other beads before. Pull it very tight. Okay. So now I cut those off, those strings. Do my knot. First one end, then the other one, then the 2 beads. Okay, and still making sure that the silver bead is close to the both sides. And then here's our knot. So this is basically the closing of the mala. So now I take the next bead, going through the next one, it is very tight. Okay, so I do the knot again. So now we take the rest of the yarn. I'm using basically 3 of my fingers, and I just spin around 21 times the Okay, so now we take all these threads and put them in the middle here. We take both ends, both sides, and we make a knot. Probably 2. Okay. So now we have to check that both sides are equal, which is not here. So I pull a little bit strings to one side. That looks almost equal. A little bit backwards. Okay, so now we have one knot and we do another one. Okay. I cut open, so I just keep one long thread. You only need one. Okay, I pull it a little bit out. And like this. Try to straighten as best as I can with my fingers. So now we are running around with this one thread from this side up to the knot, basically by twisting the thread 5 times around, and we keep it tight and nice. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so you can see I did it 5 times, very tight, and where both sides basically meet, there's a tiny little gap, and I pull this, put the needle in, pull the thread all the way down, so it's basically inside of the tassel. And this is our tassel. So now we take our scissor and cut it.